I was on Instagram one day and I saw this girl had posted she was 18 years old and she was in the hospital basically begging for her life because her lungs were so deteriorated from the juuling that she had been doing.
I had heard a couple stories about kids around my age going to the hospital for vaping and just saying that they regret doing it and advising everyone not to do it, or if they had, to stop.
It had inflamed her lungs so bad that she couldn't even breathe anymore and she was on a ventilator. So that was her testimony, was to never start because this is what happened just 2 years into her vaping.
The more that people do it, it leads to the normalization of that behavior and it being acceptable, and it isn't.
I think that the risks that come along with it are obviously the health things like your lungs and things like that, but I also think it's more of a mental thing too, where you become addicted to that, and that's kind of something that overtakes a lot of you.
I decided not to vape because I know it's not good for your health, it's not good for your lungs, and that nicotine could keep you distracted during more important things in life.
It's really easy if your friend is just like, hey, do you want to try this? And to get pushed into saying like, sure, even if you don't want to, just so you'll be accepted socially. But if you don't say yes, that's completely okay.
I for sure think that a lot of kids try it because they think it's cool, or they think they're gonna fit in if they do it and all their friends are doing it. And peer pressure is definitely a real thing. It's not easy to say no to things. And I think that that's where a lot of kids probably have a hard time saying no, and they just end up in a bad situation and they end up addicted before they know it. And it's really hard to stop, obviously, once you start. That's what I've been told. And a lot of people say, oh, I can quit whenever I want, but when it comes down to it, you really can't because you are addicted.
I choose not to vape because it has negative effects on your body and what you do on and off the court and on and off the course. And sports are very important to me, so it was never a priority in my life.
I think a lot of my sports accomplishments wouldn't have been accomplished if I had started vaping or had got involved in those kind of activities, just because that it would have overtook, I spent a lot of time thinking about sports, and if I would have got hooked into vaping or anything like that, that would have spent a lot more time on my mind, and I probably would have prioritized that over, getting a workout in the morning or getting a second workout in for the day. And that probably ultimately would have led to me not being a 2-time state champ.
Staying away from vaping helps me strive to be the best possible. It helps me in sports, school, and being around family physically and emotionally.
If somebody offers you one, you can simply say no. That's an adequate answer, and it's so much easier to start than it is to quit.
It's important for our youth not to vape because they are going to be growing up and then they become adults and they're going to be leaders in our community, and we want them to be as healthy and functioning as possible, as they are going to be so prevalent in our community as they grow up.